are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
All right. Let me press the right buttons. I am so sorry. I am completely distracted. The sun is out down here on the sunny south coast, and it's just shining onto my garden furniture. And my neighbours just walked past. Excuse me. And as it's shining on my garden furniture, I've noticed it is casting a shadow that has a distinct look of a cock and balls. And I'm quite, not that I'm distracted by cocks, you understand, but not before anybody cancels me. Not I've got anything against anybody that does, but it is very distracting. So let me point this way. Good afternoon, good evening, good day, good night, goodbye. Hello, welcome along. This is LTID TV, cock and balls and all, coming live from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for joining us, either watching on YouTube or listening on your favourite podcast platform. If you are watching live, please join in with the show by adding your comments to the stream. Or if you're watching on catch up, you can still add your comments below. We'll do our best to reply to as many of those as we can. Or, of course, you can follow us on our many social accounts, as you can see going across the bottom there. I'm managing to do that even without Brad's finger. Yeah, if you don't ask. And if you are new, please do subscribe to the channel. And please do smash the likes on that video if you are already subscribed or you're just watching. It does really help the channel get out there. Rowan Tree says, hi, Chris. Hi, Rowan. How the devil are you? Look, talking of social media, I just want to explain this because I've only just done this. But before we get on to the main point of the show, that if you are on one of those that sort of follow us on our website, you will see this come up if you click on it, which is basically this website is currently closed for maintenance. You can still follow LTID TV on any of our social media channels. Excuse me. It is unlikely that the website will be coming back. It costs a hell of a lot to maintain a website, and it takes a lot of time to update it. And for the number of people that are actually responding via the website, it just doesn't make it viable. I still get quite a few, I get one or two companies contacting me through that to actually ask about advertising, but it just doesn't make financial sense. And in these sort of cost of living crisis days that we are living in, I have to make cutbacks. Excuse me. And social media, as in below there, gets a lot better response than the website does. So it says it's down for maintenance. I am looking at the viability. No sponsors are coming forward, so the website looks like it will be closing down, but the rest of this will still be going ahead, although I am looking at exploring other avenues in my personal life, which may mean other people come in. I don't know yet, but it's just the website at the moment that is down while it says maintenance, while I am considering what to do with it. Now, what I am considering doing it's having a bit of a moan, which is probably what you would expect when you come onto this show, because it is the Life's a Pitch show. So it is my soapbox show. I'm a little bit pissed off with Leicester City. We have this thing that we have got these wonderful owners. They look after us. They give us a free bottle of water, a free can of beer twice a year, a birthday cake on the ex-chairman's birthday, or say birthday cake and muffin or what have you. And, we're supposed to think that they are wonderful. And don't get me wrong, they are wonderful in a lot of ways, especially when you compare to what other clubs have got as chair people and owners. So, we are very lucky to have them. But can we maybe, and do we maybe have to look at not putting them on this pedestal that we seem to think? And don't get me wrong, the last 9 years we have had, the last 10 years we have had, have been absolutely unbelievable. And I put, that has got to all go down to Vichai and Top's stewardship of the club. We would not be where we are. We would not have done what we've done without them. But yes, we would not be where we are now without them, which is back in the relegation zone. Back in the relegation zone, back in the second tier, and that is very much down to the running of the club. And as they say, the buck has to stop somewhere, and the buck has to stop with King Power and Top. And okay, let me just say that. Are we being ripped off? Are we being ripped off? And we will come to comments later. Leicester City hit with a fine after breaching competition law in JD Sports deal. We basically paid off. We paid it off. JD Sports actually went to the competition watchdog and went, we want to tell you this is happening, because they didn't want to get into any more trouble than they already were. And I think it's unbelievable that a football club that changes its kit every year, and not just changes its first team kit, but changes its second strip, away strip, changes its third strip. All of those are changed every year. Now, yes, you don't have to buy them. Of course you don't. But myself, for example, yes, I'm a member, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to renew my membership. That's how annoyed I am with them. But my way of supporting the club is to buy a lot of the replica shirts and a lot of the shirts when they come out. And over the past 5 seasons, I have bought every year the first, second, and third strip. Even when I go, I don't like that one, which I did with the pink, which I did with the green and black, I still end up buying them. And it's a way that I show, because I can't get to the matches. I don't have a season ticket anymore. And it's my way of supporting the club. And yet suddenly, here I'm being told, you're being ripped off. It's being going out there, and it's making saying, well, Leicester City, you want to sell our kits. You can only sell our kits if you sell them at the price that we're selling them at, which is stopping us as fans being able to buy things cheaper. And that totally and utterly pissed me off. It really, really does. Now, I've got to say, this has just come out today. Coon Top's, Leicester City owner Coon Top's latest net worth is revealed. So he's not short of a bob or two. Here we've been going, this poor Coon Top, poor bless him. King Power, it was, really, really hit by COVID. It's lost a lot of money, blah, 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 And yet, Leicester City News, Leicestershire Live are reporting it, Top's fortune is said to have more than doubled to $3.5 billion. And I'm just going to read this to you, and I just want to share this with you. And I'll bring this up here, because again, this maybe we should stop having sympathy with them anymore. Top's fortune is said to more than double to $3.5 million. King Power International, controlled by Leicester City owner Top and his family, made a net profit last year of 2.2 billion baht, obviously the Thailand currency, which is $64 million, having suffered from a year earlier a loss of 2.5 billion baht. The revenue jumped 59% to 27.5 million baht, according to Forbes. It is said to be a result of King Power International's duty-free outlets benefiting hugely from a tourism revival in Thailand. King Power International has 11 duty-free shops in airports and tourist hotspots across Thailand. The news comes just 5 months after Top wiped out 194 million of debt owned by the Foxes to King Power in a show of his commitment. City's expenditure over recent years has been supported by loans from their parent company, but all of those repayments and relevant interest were effectively relieved after they were converted into shares in February. The debt-to-equity conversion went through on New Year's Eve, filings on Companies House show. It was a move that improved the balance sheets and provided a clean slate for the owner. It was the first time such a move had been made by the Top's family, the King Power family, in nearly 10 years. In a statement at the time, Top said maintaining long-term stability is vital for the substantial growth and a fundamental principle that has always guided our investments in the club's future. We want to make sure we continue on that path from the strongest, most secure financial footing. I believe with all my heart in Leicester City and what the club can achieve for our fans, our people and our communities in Leicester, Thailand and around the world. The faith they continue to place in us to run their club responsibly with ambition and integrity guides our decision. Now that word there, integrity, how the hell could they have said integrity when they are ripping fans off? You know, if the makers of these shirts that make them for King Power and Leicester City are able to sell them at a cheaper rate through their stores or wherever, they should be able to. Now, I can't go into a Sports Direct or anywhere like that down here on the South Coast and buy a Leicester City shirt. The only place I've got to go to get that from is the website, and I will pay £63 a pop to actually have the pleasure of buying one of their new shirts, which is obviously it's blue, so it's very, very similar. My ex-wife used to joke, why are you buying a new one? It's still the same colour. And yes, certainly for the home shirts, they are. But people in Leicester should be able to actually go out and buy competitive shirts, competitively priced shirts. 63 quid for a shirt is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, I just want to go through some. This is what I say. Integrity. Sorry, what a load of bollocks. This club has got no integrity left. Not after the way that it was run last year. Not after you've got chief executives, directors of football, all sat on their hands, playing with their fingers up their arse, doing absolutely nothing while Rome burnt. And that was basically what was happening. Yeah, exactly. Well, again, Andrew, you've got there £5.95 for a pint of lager. I agree. I would never buy a drink in the club. I'd buy them. I'd get drunk before I got into the game if I was that way inclined. What needs to change then? I think we need to sort of say we need the fans. We heard so much about, the fans are the lifeblood of the club during COVID. We miss the fans. That's like, fuck do you? TV companies don't give a shit about fans, and I'm beginning to think that Leicester, that was once this family club, is no longer that. We are just another smaller version of Arsenal, Man United, and all the others. It is all about making money. And yes, they've got to make money, but not when they are ripping off fans. Yes, they've got to pay Rodgers' payout. I accept that. But, again, that's down to the running of the club. But, they are saying this, play your part. That is what they are saying on their website to the fans. Buy your home kit now. Play your part. Fuck off. Why should we play our part when you are ripping us off? And that is what you are doing. You have no respect whatsoever for the fans. Oh, yes, we've not put season ticket prices up. I fucking should hope not. We've dropped down a league. We shouldn't be putting season ticket prices up. Oh, we'll give you a pint of water on the first day. Great, thank you. Or a pint of beer or a bottle, whatever. Brilliant, that's going to help towards the cost of a shirt, isn't it? One small bottle of beer, which isn't even the normal size that you can buy in the shops. So, yeah, you play your part, Leicester City. You play your part. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, love the club, love the owners. But all this fucking integrity shit. Get down off your pedestal. We're literally mini Man United. That's what we're turning into. I mean, let's have a look now. These are the shirts. And, I mean, you can all see this. This is all on the website as well. But, you know, a man's shirt is £63. A home shirt is £63 for the women. A junior shirt is not even half price. It is £45. Now, I did a bit of homework earlier. Yeah, we all have more than one free can, Andrew. We all wipe it off, go around the corner. But they shouldn't be that small, should they? LCFC, I agree, Chris, even without the cost of living, it's too much. It's ridiculous. I can't afford it anymore. I had to take a very early retirement to care for my terminally ill wife. I respect you, Rowan, total respect to you. I do get to a match now and then, but it's rare. Definitely can't afford £70 a shirt. No, it's ridiculous. When you add postage on, it is virtually that. So I did a bit of research earlier, as I'm sure you would expect me to. And I found out that according to the Office for National Statistics in the UK, their 2021 census, they are saying that dividing the overall number of usual residents in households by the overall number of households gives the average household size. In 2001, this was 2.4 residents per household in England. Now, all right, I don't know how you get the 0.4, but basically, take away the single people and let's look at families. I've got 4 kids. Yeah, it would be ridiculous. So here's some of the costs. If you've got one adult buying for himself and one child. So I'm taking my son to the match. Now, all right, my son is now an adult. But when he was young, it would have cost me £108 per year for the shirt because we know there's a new shirt comes out every single year. If that was 2 adults, which he is now, and I wanted to treat him, it'd be £126. I've got 2 boys, and I'm not being sexist here. I'm just using this as an example because the girls really aren't into football. I've got 2 boys. So if they both supported Leicester, I would have 1 adult and 2 children. It would cost me £153 to kit my kids out. And let's not forget, yes, you can say, well, you don't have to buy the kids the latest shirt. Oh, it's peer pressure. I have seen adults rip into a friend of mine because he used to wear a replica shirt. Because they didn't agree with something he said, it's like, oh, look at him, old shirt bummer. He can't even afford one of the new shirts. He bought a fucking replica shirt. 2 adults and 1 child. If I was to go along with a partner and take a child, it would be £171 per annum. 2 adults and 2 children, £216 per annum. And of course kids want to wear the shirts. I want to wear the shirts. You notice on most of these shows, I have got, this isn't a shirt, but it's one of the T-shirts that I bought. 1 adult and 4 kids, which is what I've got. If they were all... And I've got a picture of them somewhere where they've all got kids' shirts on. And I'm going back to the Tops Tiles days when things were a bit cheaper. But for 1 adult and 4 children, it would cost almost £250 every year. Now, that is without postage, without any tickets to matches, which includes travelling, food for the day because I don't live locally. How can I afford that? I can't because I'm retired now. How many people are out of work that can't afford it? You want us to support Leicester. You want us to show the colours. We can't fucking afford to. I mean, it is just ripping the fans off. But our club do not care anymore. Our club, despite everything they say, do not give a shit about us fans. Top, Susan Whelan, John Rudkin, they don't give a shit because they know, as all club owners do, that if I don't buy a shirt, somebody else will do. If I don't go to a game, somebody else will do because they've got the season tickets. They know that. And they play on that. Oh, so you're complaining about the price of a shirt, so don't buy one. Do you want to buy a shirt? Yeah, there you go. Him down the further in the queue wants to buy one. These are my shirts that I have bought over the years. Now, I've not counted them. I've got to be honest with you. But there's a hell of a lot of bloody shirts there, as you can see. Not to mention the sweatshirts to the left of them. How much have I spent on shirts over the years? I've not counted them because I'd cry. I really, really would. I do it because I love it. I don't go out every Friday. I'm of an age now where I don't go boogieing down the disco. Clubbing, I think they call it these days. So that's what I've spent my money on. But how much? Top doesn't need the money. He's just doubled his wealth. What annoys me is the fact that you cannot go to a local shop in town, which is, let's be honest with you, a lot more convenient than having to travel out of town to the ground to buy it or pay delivery on charge. You cannot go to a local shop and go, can I have that Leicester City shirt, please? Yes, certainly so. It's 50 quid. But I tell you why you can't do it is because the club make the shops that wanted to sell it. This was JJB, who were making our shirts at the time, said, sorry, if you want to sell our shirts, you're gonna have to sell them at the same price that we are. That's restrictive practices. It's just and like I say, what gets me is this shit about, we got this integrity and we love the fans. Fuck off, do you love the fans? You don't give a shit about the fans. Leicester City hit with fine after breaching competition law in JD Sports deal. The Competition and Markets Authority have hit City with a fine after the club and retailer JD Sports admitted to acting illegally in deals conducted between 2018 and 2021. Leicester City are to be fined up to £880,000. All right, maybe we should ask the players or to take a week without being paid. Mind you, it would be more than that, wouldn't it? For breaching competition law as part of a deal they conducted with JD Sports. City have been hit with the fine by competition watchdog, the Competition and Markets Authority, the CMA, who have been investigating an arrangement between the club and the sports retailer since September 2001. Both City and JD Sports have admitted to acting illegally. Both Leicester City have admitted to acting illegally, and in my eyes, against any thought of well-being for their fans. The case refers to deals conducted between 2018 and 2021, with JD Sports agreeing not to undercut City in terms of online sales of club-branded clothing. JD Sports added a delivery charge to all City clothing, therefore displaying their own company-wide promotional offer on orders over £70. JD Sports reported the illegal conduct by way of a leniency application and will not be fined. So JD Sports, who were forced to do it, in fairness to them, have gone forward and said, look, this is what we were made to do. And they've come clean over it. Leicester City haven't come clean. Oh, no. They're too shady to come clean. City's fine will include a 20% settlement discount to reflect savings in CMA resources as a result of them admitting to the breach of competition law. In a statement on Wednesday, Michael Grenfell, Executive Director of Enforcement at the CMA, said strong and unimpeded competition between retailers is central to consumers' ability to shop around for the best deal. Yes, it stops us as fans shopping around and saving a bit of money because Leicester City want to rip us off. They want to rip us off for every penny they can. They don't give a shit about us. They really, really don't. Like I say, I'm going to refer to City from now on as MMU, Mini Man United, because that's what they are turning into. Football fans are known for their loyalty towards their teams. In this case, we have provisionally found that Leicester City FC and JD Sports colluded to share out markets and fix prices. That is law breaking, with the result that fans have ended up paying more than they would have otherwise have done. Both parties have now admitted their involvement, allowing us to bring the investigation to a swift conclusion. Shall we see what the club have had to say about this? Leicester City Football Club has today received a statement of objections from the Competition and Markets Authority relative to its investigation into the sale of LCFC branded products and merchandise commenced in September 2021. LCFC has cooperated fully with the CMA investigation. Didn't have much fucking choice, did they? Which related to the supply of limited volumes of replica kit and other branded clothing to JD Sports for resale over the course of 2.5 seasons. 18-19, 19-20 in the first half of 2021. Here we go. No current club directors or senior management were involved in the arrangements with JD Sports. So you're telling me, and this is what... Remember Arsene Wenger always used to say, oh, your player committed that foul. Oh, I didn't see it. Top didn't see anything. Susan Whelan didn't fucking see anything. Are they blind? Last time I saw them, neither of them were walking around with a guide dog. These arrangements related to a limited, allegedly, number of bulk orders by JD Sports, which were accepted by the club's retail sales team over the relevant period. There was no intention on the part of the club to unlawfully restrict the resale of goods supplied and no material financial advantage to be gained. Bollocks. However, the club accepts the CMA's fine and has taken steps to strengthen its training and compliance measures. That's what they always say. That's to get out. Oh, no, yeah, we did wrong. We'll train the staff so they don't do it again. What about training the chief executive? What about training the owner in how to look after their fans? The club also wishes to clarify, and the CMA has acknowledged that LCFC owners King Power and V&A Holding had no knowledge of involvement in these sales arrangements. How could they not? What is happening at this club when deals are being done about our kit and nobody at the top fucking knows anything about it? That basically sums up what a shit mess our club has been in. Because, let's be honest with you, what was happening last season? We were struggling. We had a shit manager who did fuck all, that didn't know what he was doing. But nobody at the top echelons of the club knew anything about that. As far as they probably thought, we were still quite in a chance of qualifying for the Europa League. If that's how he runs the club, I hope he can't obviously run King Power like that because they've just made a profit. Let's have a look what it says here. LCFC, kudos for you for doing the math. It's scary. It is scary. It is. It's a hell of a lot of money. One hell of a lot of money. I always wait till season end and then get them in the sale. Yeah, I did not like the black and black and green kit this season, and yet it was on sale at the end. They had my size. I think it was about 20 quid. I thought, I thought, sod it for that. I'll get it. I don't mind being out of date. Let's be honest with you. Wearing replica, my last replica kit I bought was 40 quid for a replica kit. I don't want to inflame class divides too much as a working class person. It's hard not to see football shirts as a middle, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't matter whether you are, and again, I don't want to get into the class argument, but whether you count yourself as lower, middle, or upper. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. The cost of living crisis does not differentiate between what class you are. Recession doesn't go, oh no, we're only going to be able, unless you're the managing director of Tesco or Sainsbury's that's just paid himself £3 million bonus. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. The Blue Fox saying, Rowan, unless I'm desperate, leave it to the end of the season, then buy one cheap, like what you did, Chris, with the Leicester. Yeah, exactly. That's what I did with that one. It was cheap, and I see so many people take their own food into the ground. Own food, own drink. Yeah. I'll wait till the £20. I might buy the away kit this year. I've made the decision, and I've actually wasn't keen on the new home strip. I actually like it because the pattern that is in it goes back to what I call the Lynex shirt with that pattern inside it. But I ain't going to buy it now. Yeah, I think we'd all take our own. Why pay the inflated prices? Excuse me 1 second. Why pay the inflated prices? Take a bottle in with you. It's 90 minutes. I can last 90 minutes without a beer. I don't know who you are referring to there. If anybody can help him. Even online, it's a lot more expensive. Plus the delivery. Yeah. If ever I have it delivered, I always have it delivered Royal Mail. I won't play DWP, not DWP, that's pension people, the delivery people, D whatever P or whatever it is, UPS or one of those. I won't pay those charges. Adding a names more. And I mean, anybody actually going to add the championship badge on the side? Don't know if you can or not. As you said there, plus the league badges, of course. I mean, I always have LTID 1 because that's me, if you like. I don't hold exclusivity to it, but that's what I always have. I can't. And to be honest with you, why buy a shirt with a name on when that player might leave in a season or two? Geordie Toon, good evening, sir. How are you? Chris, you're 100% right. A Newcastle shirt is £70. Wow. And £8 for the Champions League badge, which come on all the kids want on their shirt. It's absolutely great. Yeah. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. First thing I did when we were in the Champions League was go out, buy a shirt with a Champions League badge on. Although we then we had to have a certain... We weren't. I don't know if you can now, but I wasn't allowed to have LTID on the back of my shirt. I had to have one of the players' names. I couldn't even have Ranieri on the back because of UEFA rules and what have you. But yes, and everybody wants that. Of course you do. Of course you do, because it's great that you're in there, but you don't know when that's going to happen again. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, of course, but you don't. You would hopefully, for Newcastle, it's going to happen, a few years now. But you don't know. And, of course, it's your first season back in. Of course you want the Champions League badge on. Of course you do. And they know that. And that's why they rip you off. Again, so much for these great owners. Yeah, they're all ripping us off. Your guys at Newcastle, our guys at Leicester, wonderful owners. But, yeah, let's see when we can rip the fans off. I feel sorry. I feel for the young fans who aren't able to get that shirt that they want for their birthday or Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Totally 100%. And this is the thing. This is the thing, because kids, first day back at school after the school holidays. Have you got the new Leicester shirt? Have you got the no? I haven't got the new Leicester. Look, he hasn't got the new Leicester shirt. Oh, look, he's still wearing last. You know what kids are like. She didn't care. I bet that was Susan Whelan you're talking about. Thunder, you are back now, mate. You were only banned for 5 minutes, but you know what you said. Just don't say stuff like that again. It's not very nice. You think you're being clever. You think you're being funny. That's what happens. But welcome back. As long as you behave, mate, you're welcome back. Blue Fox, I didn't like the Leicester home kit when it had FBS. I hated it, but we still bought it, didn't we? Yeah, I never got over that. I'm not. Yeah. Oh, it was the family. Yeah. Yeah, Susan Whelan. Yeah, indeed. So, like I say, I love our owners to bits, but please don't. We have to accept that we've put them up on this pedestal, and we should be grateful for all we've done. Like Newcastle fans should be grateful for what their new owners have done for them, getting them into the Champions League from where they were. It's fantastic, but let's be realistic. And when you see that your club that you are paying good money into, whether it's for season tickets, match day tickets, shirts, replica shirts, memberships, merchandise, whatever, you look at it and you go, I'm paying for that, and yet my club are ripping me off. And that is what they are doing. We say rip off Britain, but it is rip off Leicester for me. Totally. And I think, we're in a cost of living crisis. It's amazing. I think Brentford came out, and whether it was last season or whenever, and said, we're going to keep the same shirt for 2 seasons. If our owners were that good, why didn't they? Oh, we're not putting the season tickets up again. We're in the fucking second tier now. Should hope you're not putting it up. Evening, Luke. How are you, mate? Hope you are well. Jody, why can't clubs only bring out a new shirt after every 2 years? Yeah, I can remember when it was 3. Shows my age. And then it went down to 2 and we all moaned. And okay, I get it. Right, so if you get promoted, yes, bring out a new shirt, of course. Why do we want a new shirt that's going to remind us that we've just been relegated? And that's no disrespect whatsoever to the Championship, but I don't want to be reminded of that. And they can say, "Oh, if you want good players here, it's a one way of raising money." Bollocks. The Premier League and all the clubs are now moaning because Saudi Arabia are coming in and buying all the players. Yeah, that's what you did, Premier League. 30 odd years ago when you started out. I'm just totally pissed off. I'm not buying the new shirt this season. I am totally not. I might buy the away kit, depending what it is. If it's the blue stripe one, I may well buy that. But I'm not buying all 3 brand new. Come to me this time next year when the £2, with 2 quid, 20 quid, who knows? Andrew says, I'm glad I've got 2 girls who don't like football. I have as well. I've got 4 kids. The first one is a Leicester fan with me, but he's not bothered for the shirts. He actually only buys the shirts if he likes the colour for his 5-a-side football team, that he can wear something different. So the other 3 just aren't bothered for it. They follow it and they talk to me about it, but they're not bothered for the kit. So thankfully, I'm not into that for child price at the moment. But look, I'm not sorry for any of it. I'm really not. I think everything I've said here, I stand by. I think the club are ripping the fans off. I think they're basically robbing. They're taking money out of the fans' pockets. They've admitted to it. Look, we're good because we've come out and said, no, we'll accept that. We agree. You accept it because you're fucking guilty of ripping fans off. I'm going to be back later. And I've lost it now. Where am I going? Just to remind you, here we go, this is it, that if you do go onto the website, we are shutting the website down. I think it's going to be permanent. Basically, it's a cost thing. It's very, very expensive to run and takes up a lot of time. And basically, something's got to give. I can't afford to do everything I did now because we don't have sponsors or anything like that. So we are closing the website down. Basically with immediate effect, so it will just stay as it is. There won't be any new news or anything, or match reports or anything like that going up. We are still obviously all over social media, so please do follow us on that. LTID TV on all the main social media platforms. And if you want to, you can become a member. Just $1.99 of your good English pounds a calendar month. We've just lost a Geordie fan, and I understand that because the Premier League now we are Championship, so I totally understand them stopping. But $1.99 a month. If you click on the link below that is on YouTube, you will see what you get. We had Tony on the other day, who was a member. He was the first person to come on because you get invited onto the shows. So do join. Check it out. $1.99 per calendar month. It's cheaper than a pint of beer, especially at football prices. I'm sent. Brentford last season, that was it. I thought there were. You can buy a show with them. No, mate, I've got to think about where the money goes. I'm afraid, to be honest with you, and the website is just too much to run. Guys, thank you so very much. We are back tonight at 8 o'clock with the Big Fat Leicester quiz. And Craig is going to be here. It's Craig's turn. Brad got 8. Dave got 11. But Brad did Craig's questions. What did he get? Find out tonight because I'll let you know. Michael's just come in as we are going. Thank you very much, Michael. But come back at 8 o'clock for the Big Fat Leicester quiz. Number 3, Craig is taking the part in that one. Look, thanks to everybody for listening to me rant. I don't take any of it back. I do think we're being ripped off by our own club. They don't give a shit about us anymore. They are, like I say, mini Man Uniteds. Thanks to everybody that's been in the chat. Really do appreciate it. I'll see you back at 8 o'clock tonight. If you've been listening on the podcast, we thank you for that. We really do appreciate it. And to all the members that are basically subscribing, there's going to run them across the bottom there. Really do appreciate it. If you have been new, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. And even if you are subscribed, smash the likes. I know I keep saying it, I'm like a broken record, but it does get us seen on other people's when they go onto their homepage. If they haven't subscribed, the more likes we get, it puts it on all those different pages through the algorithms, etc. Click that notification bell, then you will never miss another show. This has been LTID TV. I've been Chris, and like this guy that's coming up, I'll be back. See you at 8. Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.